Hi guys, Queen and Trace here, coming back to you with another Talking with Queen. And tonight, this is my husband video, vlog, whatever you want to call it. Okay, so tonight, I'm going to introduce you to my lovely Lily. And we're just going to chat it up a little bit and just talk about some different things about marriage and let you guys get to know us a little bit better. Alright? Now we're about to get started. Here we go. I'm going to ask him 3 questions and he's going to ask me 3 questions. Questions we think are kind of controversial or things that pertain to relationships that may interest some people or be a problem in their relationship. So I'm going to go first. My first question is, and I have to look at my paper because I can't remember everything. My first question is how, since you know I do hair and all that kind of stuff, I'm just going to ask him a couple of questions that women may often have questions about or wonder, or hey, it's just something cool to do to ask his opinion about. So the first question is, how do you feel about natural hair?
To be honest, I can't speak for every husband. The question was on me. I would say, how do I feel about natural hair? Well, from the male perspective, financially, it is cheaper. I'm not paying for $200 for a hairstyle, parking, driving into the city. And I say I because I feel like if I want her to look good, I should provide the money, especially if we have a complaint. That's one of our successes in marriage. If you don't like something that's going on with somebody else, you either fix it,
you change it,
right,
or you leave it alone.
Right. So, for instance, if I have a pair of sweatpants she doesn't like, you just don't throw my sweatpants away. You purchase me a pair. Let me know you want me to get rid of the other pair. Then I'll probably just throw them away. Because I have a new pair that I don't have to pay for since she has the problem, not me. So, long story short, I don't have a problem with natural hair. I don't have a problem with unnatural hair, whatever that is. And it doesn't seem like it's as natural as I thought because I still see her doing tons of things to it. I'm thinking the word natural must have to do with the makeup of the chemical. Right?
Pretty much natural is pretty much not using a perm. Okay. But of course, it's impossible, I say for my hair anyway, it's impossible to go to sleep and wake up, shake your head and go out the door.
Yeah.
Even people of different races, I don't know anyone who can just wake up and shake their head and walk out the door.
Yeah.
Although TV sometimes get us all confused in that. But anyway, that's going to transition right into my next question, which is, how do you feel about makeup?
I personally feel about makeup that I like my wife to be as natural as possible, which means I don't have any problem with makeup. It's just fashion for her, but she wakes up gorgeous every morning without makeup. So makeup, I think, to me, depends on what the purpose of the makeup is. Now, if you out there and you is as ugly as sin and you just trying to trick the next man into, being your boyfriend or your fiance or your husband because you don't want to show who you are because you feel that you're ugly, then that's probably a problem. But that's deeper than skin deep. That's a problem, self-esteem. And that's a problem that the person that you're trying to be with doesn't accept you for you. So that's problematic. Now, if you're doing makeup because it's fashion, hey, I want to be more gothic looking, or I just want a little bit of foundation on, or this lipstick matches my pocketbook, which matches my fingernails, which matches my toenails. Then yeah, that's fashion. But to try to trick somebody and thinking that you're perfect looking, no, you're only fooling yourself. So that's how I feel about it. Probably not popular with the women folk, but I'm sure the average man is going to vibe with me on that. I want to see what you look like in your natural state. When you wake up in the morning, that's you. That's what you got.
And I'm cool with that because I don't like to put on makeup every day, and I haven't always worn makeup. I probably just worn makeup in the last couple of years. So, yeah. Anyway, what is the last question?
How do I feel about lingerie?
Yes, that's the question. How does he feel about lingerie?
Or, if you can't read, lingerie. How do I feel about lingerie? The average male is probably going to tell you, we really don't care about the wrapping. It's the gift that we're getting.
With that being said, we're going to move on to his questions that he had for me.
How do you feel about me playing video games when I rarely get the opportunity?
Well, I know a lot of women have a problem with the video games. I personally don't have a problem with the video games. I mean, I'm into my own thing. I like electronics, so I'm not so much a gamer, but at times I do get into certain games. I don't have a problem with that. My thing is, guess what? If your off time is playing video games and you're not out in the streets and hanging out in the streets, then, I mean, please, by all means, play the video game. I don't care. Everybody has the right to indulge in whatever their pleasure is. And if your pleasure is video games, I don't have a problem with it. I don't have a problem with it at all.
Well, what I will say is, we have been married for 13 years in the fall this year, and we've been together, best buddies, for 15 years. And what I will say is, the only way, men, you can do what you want to do is if you do what they want you to do at some point. Now, if you want to BS yourself, then by all means, don't believe the hype. But my method has always been, my wife want to watch some girly shows, I probably can only do a half hour, 45 minutes, because I can't deal with all these yelling, screaming, love and hip hop, what's some other ones where the girls...
We're about to get off track.
Okay, I'm sorry. But anywho,
actually, it was my question. Hello?
It is? What?
Yeah, it was my question.
What?
So, at that being said, we're going to go to the next question because we're about to go way off track on something that's not even what we're talking about.
Okay, well, that's going to be another video.
I promise you.
What?
Well, guys, if you like it, we'll do more.
Okay, no problem. Well, the last two questions kind of go together. How do you feel about guys' night out? Or, well, the third part of that question is going to be, how do you feel about guys going on vacation without their wives, their girlfriends, or their fiancés?
This is my take on it. Number one, we are adults, and we did have friends prior to being married.
Wow.
Not that I have so many, but...
Me either.
Occasionally, I do like to be around women. I am a woman, and women should be around women. And again, men should be around men. So I don't feel that there's nothing wrong with guys' night out because it should be also a girls' night out. Does it necessarily have to be all crazy in a club and all that? No, because number one, we don't really go to the club, and we're just not at that point in life. We have children and things like that, which children doesn't stop you from going to the club. And if you go to the club, that's your thing. But what I'm saying is, as far as guys having guys' night out, I think that is healthy and is important, and you should be around men. If you're a man, you should be around other men. Now, with that being said, I'm not saying be doing no crazy stuff like, you're in college and you're hanging out and you're, down at Virginia Beach and you're just going crazy. No. And as far as guy vacation, I think that's cool. We used to have it where once a month he'd go hang out with his friend and he would go to Atlantic City and he would, stay overnight and they would do guy stuff. I don't see any problem with it. And if you with somebody who has a crazy friend who's really out of control, then that changes the whole thing. That's my take on it. I don't have a problem with it. I'm not really insecure in that kind of way. We're married. We are together. So I should be able to be comfortable enough to let you go out. I mean, I think that's silly to not trust your mate. Why am I with you if I don't even trust you to hang out for one night? Or even take a vacation, that matter. Because for some people, they go on business trips and they travel with their job. So if you can't trust them on this hanging out, how can you trust them? Period. Because if a man is going to cheat or do something wrong, he's going to do it anyway. So a vacation or a trip or a night out is not going to stop him from doing it.
Yeah, I gotta agree with you on that. If I'm worried, me, Lee, worried about you going out for a night, then I know going on a vacation would be out the question. So now we go back to square one. There's a trust issue somewhere. You know, I know I have kicked my wife out the house to go have fun because she get the mommy guilt. Then after the mommy guilt settles in, then you go nowhere, and now she's miserable. She's aggravated and don't know why. You got to get that outlet. You got to get out, hang out with the girls. You got to get out. You know, for me, I don't know. I hang out with the boys, which is just with my sons. We eat some pizza, hanging out while mom is out. Boys asleep. I'm back on the question number one. Might be on my Madden. Might be making tracks or whatever. But if you keep the trust in, you keep the lust out. I'm Lee Mims.
That's right.
This is Ursula.
Queen of Trades. Peace out.
Peace.